Hello, and welcome to your Brain Light. I'm so glad you're here with me today. We're going to talk about something that I think we all struggle with at some point in our lives. Letting go. Letting go of a relationship, a dream, a way of doing things, or even just that sense of control we like to think we have. It sounds simple, right? Just let go. But why is it so darn hard? Why do we cling to things, even when they're clearly hurting us? We're going to explore some of the reasons why your brain might be lying to you, telling you that holding on is the right thing to do, even when deep down, you know it's not. Think about trying to hold on to sand. You clench your fist, trying to keep it all in, but the harder you squeeze, the more slips through your fingers. Holding on too tight doesn't work with sand, and it often doesn't work with life either. One of the biggest reasons we struggle to let go is attachment. As humans, we're wired to form connections. From the moment we're born, we seek out attachment figures, those people who make us feel safe, secure, and loved. These early attachments lay the groundwork for how we form relationships later in life. And that bond, that feeling of connection, can be incredibly powerful. Think about a friend you've had since college. You've been through thick and thin together, celebrated each other's successes, and supported each other through tough times. There's a deep connection there, a shared history. Now imagine that friend starts to change. Maybe their values shift, or they start making choices that you don't agree with. The friendship becomes strained, and you realize that you're growing apart. Letting go of that friendship, even though it's no longer serving you, feels incredibly difficult, doesn't it? It's not just letting go of a person, it's letting go of the shared memories, the inside jokes, the feeling of being understood. Your brain screams at you, but we've been friends forever. We can fix this. We owe it to each other. But sometimes the kindest thing you can do for yourself and for your friend is to acknowledge that the relationship has run its course and to let it go. Attachment isn't just about people, though. We can also become attached to ideas, to identities, to ways of life. Maybe you always pictured yourself as a successful corporate lawyer. You went to law school, you worked hard, and you climbed the corporate ladder. But then, somewhere along the way, you realize that this isn't what you truly want. You feel burnt out, stressed, and unfulfilled. But letting go of that identity, of that dream you've been chasing for so long, feels terrifying. Who are you if you're not a lawyer? What will people think? You've invested so much time and energy into this path. How can you just walk away? Your brain tells you you're almost there. Just a little bit further, and you'll reach the top. You can't give up now. But sometimes the bravest thing you can do is to admit that your dream has changed and to allow yourself to pursue something that truly makes you happy. Another big reason why we struggle to let go is fear of the unknown. We crave certainty. We want to know what's going to happen next. Holding on to something, even if it's not good for us, can feel like a way to maintain control, to keep things predictable. Letting go means stepping into the unknown, and that can be scary. Think of it like this. Imagine you're standing on the edge of a diving board. You know you want to jump into the pool. You know it will feel refreshing and invigorating, but you're also afraid. What if you don't land right? What if the water is colder than you expected? What if you get splashed? The fear of the unknown keeps you rooted to the spot, even though you know that jumping is what you truly want to do. This fear can manifest in many different ways. Maybe you're in a dead-end job. You're bored, underappreciated, and you dread going to work every day. But you're afraid to quit because you don't know what else you would do. What if you can't find another job? What if you end up in an even worse situation? So you stay stuck, clinging to the familiarity and the perceived security of your current job, even though it's slowly draining your soul. Your brain whispers, better the devil you know than the devil you don't. Or maybe you're holding on to a regret, something you did or didn't do in the past that you can't stop thinking about. You replay the situation over and over in your mind, wondering what would have happened if you had made a different choice. You beat yourself up for your mistakes, clinging to the past as if you can somehow change it. But the truth is, you can't. The past is gone. All you can do is learn from it and move forward. But the fear of letting go of that regret, of truly accepting that you can't change the past, keeps you trapped in a cycle of self-blame and negativity. Your brain argues, if I just analyze this enough, I can figure out how to make it right. The fear of the unknown can also make us cling to control. We want to believe that we can control our lives, that we can prevent bad things from happening. But the truth is, life is unpredictable. Things happen that are beyond our control, and the more we try to control everything, the more stressed and anxious we become. Imagine you're planning a big outdoor event. You spend weeks making arrangements, coordinating vendors, and checking the weather forecast obsessively. You want everything to be perfect. But then, on the day of the event, it starts to rain. Despite all your planning and preparation, you can't control the weather. You have to accept that things aren't going according to plan and adapt to the situation. Letting go of the need to control everything can be incredibly liberating. It allows you to be more flexible, more resilient, and more open to new possibilities. So how do we actually let go? It's not a switch you can flip. It's a process, a journey. And it starts with acknowledging that holding on is causing you pain. It requires honesty, real honesty with yourself. Are you clinging to something out of love or out of fear? Are you holding on to a relationship because it truly brings you joy, or because you're afraid of being alone? Are you staying in a job because you're passionate about the work, or because you're afraid of taking a risk? Once you've identified what you need to let go of, the next step is to challenge those thoughts and beliefs that are keeping you stuck. Remember, your brain is lying to you. It's telling you that holding on is the right thing to do, even when deep down, you know it's not. So, question those thoughts. Are they really true? Are they helpful? Are they based on fact or on fear? For example, if you're afraid to quit your job because you think you'll never find another one, challenge that belief. Is it really true that you'll never find another job? Or is it more likely that you'll have to work hard, network, and apply for multiple positions before you find the right fit? What evidence do you have to support your belief that you'll never find another job? What evidence do you have to contradict it? Another helpful technique is to focus on the present moment. When you're caught up in the past or worried about the future, you're not fully present in the present. You're missing out on the beauty and the opportunities that are available to you right now. Mindfulness practices like meditation or deep breathing can help you to anchor yourself in the present moment and to let go of those thoughts and feelings that are keeping you stuck. Think of it like this. You're driving down the highway and you're constantly looking in the rearview mirror. You're so focused on what's behind you that you're not paying attention to what's in front of you. You're likely to miss your exit or even get into an accident. Similarly, when you're constantly dwelling on the past or worrying about the future, you're not fully present in the present, and you're missing out on the opportunities that are available to you right now. And finally, be kind to yourself. Letting go is hard. It takes time and effort. There will be setbacks along the way. You'll have moments when you feel like giving up. But don't. Be patient with yourself. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small. And remember that you're not alone. We all struggle with letting go at some point in our lives. Imagine you're learning to ride a bike. You're gonna fall down. You're gonna scrape your knees. You're going to feel frustrated and discouraged. But you don't give up. You keep getting back on the bike, and you keep practicing. And eventually, you learn to ride. Letting go is like learning to ride a bike. It takes practice, patience, and a willingness to fall down and get back up again. It's okay to grieve. When you let go of something significant, a relationship, a dream, an identity, it's natural to feel sad, angry, or confused. Allow yourself to feel those emotions. Don't try to suppress them or ignore them. Acknowledge them and allow yourself to grieve the loss. Grief is a natural part of the healing process. One of the things that can help with the grief process is to find healthy ways to cope with your emotions. This might involve talking to a therapist, journaling, exercising, spending time in nature, or engaging in creative activities. Find what works for you and make it a regular part of your self-care routine. Don't underestimate the power of simply taking care of yourself. Good sleep, healthy food, and some form of movement can drastically shift your perspective. Before we wrap up, I want to leave you with a few practical takeaways, some questions to reflect on. First, what is one thing in your life that you're currently struggling to let go of? Be honest with yourself. Is it a relationship, a job, a dream, a regret? Second, what are the thoughts and beliefs that are keeping you stuck? What is your brain telling you about why you need to hold on? Challenge those thoughts and beliefs. Are they really true? Are they helpful? And third, what is one small step you can take this week to start letting go? It doesn't have to be a big step. It could be as simple as writing down your feelings in a journal, talking to a friend, or researching alternative career paths. The key is to take action to start moving forward, even if it's just a little bit. Letting go is a process, not a destination. It's a journey of self-discovery, acceptance, and growth. And it's a journey that's worth taking. Because when you finally let go of what's holding you back, you create space for new possibilities, new experiences, and new levels of joy and fulfillment. So be brave, be kind to yourself, and trust that you have the strength to let go and to embrace the future. Thank you for joining me today on Your Brain Lied. I hope this episode has been helpful. Remember, your brain doesn't always tell you the truth, but you have the power to challenge those thoughts and beliefs and to create a life that is aligned with your values and your dreams. Until next time, subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video.